So what makes Julius Malema who he is? To talk more about brand Malema, I'm joined by marketing and communication strategist Clive Simpkins. Good morning.
Morning, Iman.
You heard it from Winnie Mandela there, and a lot of South Africans echoing a similar sentiment. You know, whether you like him or not, Julius Malema is here to stay. What makes him so, what's the word, Teflon coated, if you will?
He has positioned himself brilliantly to terrify white people and appeal hugely to a large disenfranchised group of young black people. If you were to write a strategy for his positioning, it would be perfect.
Are the aspirations of middle-class white South Africa and the aspirations of disenfranchised black youth so polarized? Are they so different?
I believe they are. If you take the vast majority of unemployed people, they are young black people, and there must be a mounting anger and a mounting militancy, and Julius is very successfully connecting into that militancy.
Would you say, though, that white middle-class South Africa's lost touch with what's really happening in South Africa then? If they fear something that is so widely taken up by, as you say, a large proportion of South Africans?
If I take just Twitter, which actually is an amazing constituency of people that debate this kind of issue the whole time. And in fact, we're debating that last night quite extensively. You can see that there is an amazing racial polarization. There are two factions here. The Rainbow Nation is in fact a myth when it comes to issues like this.
Well, let's look at Malema and his evolution over the last while. I mean, he was elected into power at a very disruptive, rowdy conference where buttocks were shown and so on. This conference he tried to rein in, saying we don't want that kind of disruptive behavior. In a sense, he has played to the gallery. Has he played to the gallery consistently, or has he been subtly or overtly driving his own personal agenda?
Julius drives his own agenda the whole time. I mean, this very call for the succession debate to be brought into the public domain, for example, is anathema within the ANC. Although people will be jockeying and jostling for position, it's always been the case of omerta, the law of silence. We don't discuss that in public. Now he has said in public, you should be putting that into the public domain. So he's actually managing to provoke policy change simply by making public statements.
When we normally think of a brand, we think of a vehicle or a product that people are selling. There is a consonance, there's a consistency about what we think the brand is. Malema's brand has changed. It's been a variety of different things. When you consider his brand, what do you see it as? And is it a good thing that perhaps there are these nuances?
There will always be nuances in a brand. Even if you think of a beer bottle label, for example, they'll go and subtly shift stuff. What he's done is he's managed to show that there's another side to Malema. With that ridiculous AfriForum court case, for example, he was able to present a very composed, a very rational appearance. So it showed there's another side to him. I believe he is a consummate strategist. I believe that he actually has the Mugabe-esque chromosome, which means he can actually outwit a lot of people around him.
When the mother body looks at Julius Malema, as Winnie Mandela has and said, like it or not, he is here to stay. As I said to you, on the steps of the Supreme Court, of the High Court, you know, deal with him. Julius Malema is a reality. Should the ANC worry that perhaps his star is going to eclipse theirs?
I think yes, and I'll tell you why. Because he didn't need Winnie like Peter Mokaba did in his day to actually build his brand. Winnie, I believe, is opportunistically trying to polish her media halo by riding on his coattails in this instance. He doesn't need her. He doesn't actually need those other people. He has the support of the youth, and that is an amazing constituency.
Again, when we look at the brand that is Julius Malema in all its forms, he's attracted irritation, he's attracted adulation, he's attracted scorn, you know, people laugh at him and so on. Do you see him evolving to a space where he can be taken seriously as brand Malema in a position like the presidency?
He is taken very seriously by those that he appeals to in the broadest possible forum. For white people in particular, to dismiss him as an idiot is a grave, grave error to make. There is a component where I think when the time is right, he would moderate and modulate the language and the rhetoric and the behavior and all of that stuff. That time is not now. He's actually declaring war. He's saying they want young people in the ANC mother body, as you call it. So he's not going to become moderate just yet.
Your number one advice, if you were advising Julius Malema today?
I would say, Julius, carry on doing the brilliant job you're doing of building your own brand.
Clive, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Marketing and communication strategist, Clive Simpkins.